Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Arce. I am the Assessment Specialist for Northeast ISD. The purpose of this video is to give you an introduction into Eduphoria Aware, which is our data analysis program for the district. So I'm going to walk you step by step through some information to make sure that you can access Eduphoria Aware and kind of tell you the purpose and how to navigate through it. When you are trying to log into Eduphoria Aware, you can access that, like many other programs, through Launchpad. In Launchpad, you will sign in, and there will be an icon that is an orange button here with an E and an exclamation mark. Once you launch Eduphoria, it will prompt you to put your username and password in again. And then you will be able to click on Aware. When you get inside of Eduphoria Aware, you're going to see tabs here on the left-hand side that you will use to navigate the program. The Analyze tab is where you can analyze your whole class data. For example, STAR assessment results will be there. Any campus-based assessments that you give through the system will be located there. District benchmark data, AMC data, PSAT, iStation, really pretty much anything related to data can be found here under the Analyze tab. The Assessments tab is where you can actually create assessments to give your students in order to monitor their progress. There is a separate training provided in order to make sure that you know how to do that. So be on the lookout for those trainings in Eduphoria Workshop. This year, Northeast ISD has purchased an item bank, which you can look here to see what those items are. There are items for all of the tested grade levels and some of the others that are not tested grade levels. And finally, the Students tab is where you can access individual students' profiles in order to make journal entry notes, in order to look at individual student data, in order to view grades, and so on. So I want to make sure that you know how to do a few of these things to get you up and running for the new school year. In order to locate your students, you can either search by a student's name or you can type all, and you can click on all my students and you will get a class list. If you don't want to scroll through a class list and you know a specific student's name, typing even just their first two initials and hitting enter will give you a list of students who have those two letters somewhere in their name. Once you have found the student that you would like to open their student profile, you single click on their name and you will then be inside of this student's digital file folder within the system. Their personal information is located here at the top, including their student ID, birth date, and when you are actually logged in as you, I'm in the demo site right now, you will have a blue hyperlink here that you can click on that will also take you to parent contact information, grades, attendance, and things such as that. Here under the General tab, you can see any special student codes that are attached to a student, like special education, 504, gifted and talented, at risk, those types of things. And then a student's schedule is listed beneath that. The Test and Scores tab is just what it tells you that it is. It has all of the test and scores information that we have available for students. You can access any of that by clicking on the name of a test that you would like to see and drilling down really to what students understand. On the Forms tab, this is where you will manage and be able to add forms such as an accelerated instruction plan for any students who are showing signs of struggling behaviorally or academically before you start the RTI process. From this tab, you can also attach documents to students' files. If you have a student work sample, if you've taken a picture of something, if you have a note from a parent that you've scanned, those things can be attached here as well. The Journal tab is where you can log information about notes home, phone calls home, emails from parents, conferences that you're having with parents. There's even on the Real site, there's even an option for student conferences. But this is basically a place where you can just keep a log of information that you need to about individual students. The items tab is not something that we use here in Northeast ISD, so I only click on it just so you won't be confused as to what you're supposed to do with that tab. It's not active in our system, so you will not need to use that one. So that is pretty much the gist of the student tab. If you do not have access to a student because you are not their teacher of record, you do have the option down here to create a monitor list, and that would give you access to students who perhaps you might be providing tutoring to, you might be sponsoring them in a club, or maybe you're a special education teacher and those students aren't on your roster, but you work with them. Creating a monitor list will give you access to those students once your administrator approves the list. I'm going to go ahead and go now to the Analyze tab, just to make sure that you know and understand this is where you can access whole class information. So I'm going to go ahead and click here on all my students and open up a STAR assessment. Okay. When you open an assessment, the first thing you will always see are student scores. Here at the top, these are a menu of different types of reports and templates that you can view. These top 4 student scores, student reporting categories, student learning standard breakdown, and individual responses, you can pretty much use that for all assessments. When it opens, you will see individual students for whatever information you are viewing, but you do have the option to view it by teacher summary, campus summary, and district summary. So there's a lot more features of Eduphoria Aware, but I just wanted to get you up and running, make sure you understand the purpose of the system and how to navigate through it. Again, my name is Tiffany Arce. My email address is tarce@neisd.net. You are welcome to contact me anytime that you need support, and I would be happy to help. Thanks, and have a great school year.